Today, what I'm going to be talking to you about is trade review, how I perform it, and the exact steps that I go through and how to do it. And to be honest, why it's just so important. I really do think trade review is one of the most important things. How can you improve without reviewing your trades, without reviewing the trades you missed, the trades you should have taken, and the trades you did take, and should you have taken them, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do is just run you through so you can see this document here. This is my whole weekly review process. So I just did this today. It's Sunday. And of course I didn't want to do it. I wanted to relax. But it's a really, really good habit because it makes you aware of where you're going wrong and where you need to improve for the week ahead. So I've taken some notes here on the side. You can see there's a note section in the bottom, sorry, in the top right here where my cursor is, and I just take some key notes, and then ultimately, this helps me decide where I need to improve for the week and all that sort of stuff. So let me just run you quickly through how I lay this whole document out. So first and foremost, this is the 12th to the 16th of June. Now, what I do is, obviously, I start at the start of the week and I just go through pair by pair, session by session, and my sessions are 2-hour periods, and I pretty much only trade London, but some days I come for New York. So I do both London and New York. Even on days like, say, on Monday, I didn't trade New York session. I don't believe I traded on Monday, but I still marked it out, and I still marked out every trade that was available during the session and all the trades that I took, and then I compare the outcome, right? So basically, as you can see here, if we run through this, you can see I just marked out GBP, JPY, and gold because they're the two pairs that I trade. So I only marked out those. I marked them out every day of the week, both London session, a 2-hour block in London session, and a 2-hour block in New York session. I screenshotted every single session on both pairs, and I marked out every trade that was available and every trade that I took. And as you can see here, the total trades available, let me just get it here. Yeah, here. As you can see, the total trades available was 21. Right, you can see here on the bottom right, it was 21 trades available. However, I only took, this should just load. I only took, let me see what it says here. I only took 8. So I only took 8 of the 21 trades available, which is actually not really a big problem at all because I didn't trade every single New York session, so that's fine. I don't expect to be absolutely perfect with that, but I'll just run you through some of the some examples. So here, this is London session, and this is the GJ. This is GJ on London. So I'll open up the chart, and you can see exactly what I do. All right, it's pretty slow, but you can see here. So I mark out with 2 vertical lines. I mark out my session. So you can see here from 3 a.m. New York time to 5 a.m. New York time, which is London session. It's 8 a.m. UK time to 10 a.m. UK time. And you can see that I basically just screenshot the whole session. And within all of this move, there wasn't a trade available for me. There was no trades available that fit all my criteria, all my rules. So no trades taken. There's nothing more I could have done on this day. I could not have taken. Could not have taken a trade in this session. So, you can start to see how I can start to analyze my performance. On this day, no trades were available, and I took no trades. That's a good day. That means I didn't force any trades. I didn't take any unnecessary losses, and that's pretty solid. But you can also see that there are some days where no trades should have been available, but I took 2 trades. For example, you can see here on June the 14th that there was only 1 trade available, yet I took 2 trades. And I took a trade that was slightly outside of the session. So I'll just bring you to the screenshot, and we can take a look. So yes, you can see here during this is gold. This is the 14th of June, and this is London session. I took a loss Then I took a second trade and it was actually right on the last minute of the candle. But I shouldn't have taken it, because even if it was just a couple minutes outside my session, that's outside my session. I just shouldn't trade it, I should just stick to that block. But I did by a few minutes. I mean, obviously not the end of the world. There was, but this doesn't fit my rules, as I wrote here. It does not fit my rules. So I should not have taken it. And it was just ended up being a break-even trade, I believe. Oh, sorry, no, it was actually, what was it? Let's go back here. It was actually a win. Okay, it was a win. So, yeah, that was a winning trade, but I shouldn't have taken it. Nonetheless, it's more important to I'm more concerned with my performance in terms of my rules rather than the outcome of the trade. It doesn't matter if that trade won and I was actually ended up profitable on the day. What matters is the fact that I shouldn't have taken that trade and I did, right? That's in the long run, that's not good. So there's an area to improve, right? And really, if you look at all of the days, pretty much my performance was pretty good. There was a few trades I should have taken that I missed for various reasons. So really, when I do this review, what it makes me aware of is what was available to me in the charts, what I should have done, what was available to collect. Because if I mark out here available R, this column here, you'll actually see that 6.8 R was available to me this week. 6.8 R. I ended this week up, I believe, just around break even. It was a very poor week. I ended this week around break even or something like that. Yet 6.8 R was available. Right? Now, that means that my performance this week wasn't amazing. And that reflects in a few minor rule breaks, such as trading slightly outside of my trading time. Really the main one, and then also missing a few trades that I should have taken. Especially there was a few in London that I should have taken. So that's a mistake on my end. But listen, all I can do is I can reflect on that, and I can carry it into next week. And at the end of the day, focus on the positives. Break even week, no major mistakes. There's no blowing up of accounts, right? If you're here and you do your trade review and it's move my stop loss, all right, this holds you accountable, and this makes it very obvious that you have to completely shift your trading. This was I would say my performance wasn't perfect based off this trade review, but it was decent, right? It was decent. For the most part, I showed up every day. I took the majority of trades I should have taken. I missed a few. I traded a little outside my times. I correct those two things, and at the end of the day, it's still a very solid week. You can't really complain with a break-even week because the market conditions were not great, in my opinion. It was heavy news. We had PPI, CPI, we had FOMC, retail sales. Very news-heavy week. Quite a lot of ranging. And I can't be too angry with that performance, but there's still areas to improve, and there always will be as traders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay focused on those two issues, and I'm going to make sure they don't happen again. I'm not going to trade a minute outside of my time unless I've already taken the trade before the time and it carries on. I'll allow the trade to run past that time, but I will not enter past 10 a.m. or that block that I'm trading in. And I better make sure that if there's a trade that occurs, if there's a setup that fits my criteria within my trading block, I have to be taking it. If I'm not taking it, that's an issue. That's a psychological issue, and that needs to be corrected. So doing this holds you accountable, and it makes you see where you're going wrong, and you can realign your performance, and you can adjust your plan, and you can fix things, right? If you're not doing this, you're just gonna go blind. You're gonna ignore mistakes, and they're gonna build. They're gonna accumulate, and the habits are gonna get worse. Absolutely critical to you as a trader to do this, because I believe majority of traders, it's actually performance issues that are causing them to be unprofitable, and not necessarily an unprofitable strategy. It's just their performance is terrible. They keep forcing trades unnecessarily. They move their stop loss. They overtrade, all these things. That's the biggest issue. The strategy, of course, it's important, but it's not the big issue. You can see here, actually available was almost 7R available. You know, that's a lot. Yet I only collected break even. So it just shows you, and it means that there's areas to improve, right? So anyways, enough on that. Just so you guys see how I lay it out, how I do it, and yeah, I hope you find this useful. You should implement it every week if you can. You can also do it at the end of the month. You can also just do it every day, you know, instead of having to wait at the end of the week, because it can take quite a while. It took me quite a while to do this, but I like to do it at the end of the week, assess the performance. So if you find this useful, yeah, let me know, and I can tell you more in depth on how exactly I do this, and maybe I can do a live session, and you know, people can follow along. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.